I'm Steve, here again with Nicole, the gut girl. Thanks for being with us, Nicole.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so we're going to talk about alcohol. Something that some people love to do, something that people love to do too much sometimes. Some people don't touch it. And it really makes a difference. I'm the occasional drinker, and I'm always checking and testing things and so on. So I'll go out every once in a while with my wife. Well, I go out with her a lot, but I might have pizza and beer. Usually not the pizza together with the beer, but um, if I do drink alcohol, usually the next morning, my blood pressure, I know for me, everything is a little higher than it normally would be. Now, that's just me. Is that going to happen to you? I don't know, but you're going to give us some insight on this. But that's one time in one or two drinks. And how do I know this? Because I'm always checking my blood pressure twice a day. I'm always checking my glucose. I'm always, monitoring my body and what's happening to it. So um, now, just because I do it once in a while, I'm not gonna say that it's a great idea and it's smart and good for you. I'm not gonna say that. But what do you have to say about it?
So I'm going to go at this a little different angle than what you normally hear because normally you're, hammered about the liver and I am going to touch on that, but all of those kind of the normal everyday kind of thing. I see a lot in my practice, especially over the holidays, where people are drinking a lot more during the holidays than they normally would. And now all of a sudden they put on weight. Or you've got your occasional drinkers that only do it on the weekends and they think that it's all okay because Monday through Friday they're completely good. They don't put a drop in their mouth. I I want to show you the process of what happens with alcohol. It goes in through the mouth into the stomach. 20% of that alcohol stays in the stomach lining. So, when and where you're going to get rid of that, it's up to your body. Then it processes down to the small intestines and the large intestines, and it leaves behind a small amount of bacteria and it changes your microbes because when you have bacteria, it's going to change how that microbiome filters. Then it goes through the bloodstream and goes to the brain, the muscles, that kind of thing. Now your liver has to process it twice to get it out. There's two different types that processing through happens. So what happens when it hits the liver? And this is where I don't think people quite understand. They just think, oh, it's gone through, it's gone out. It'll be fine. What happens is your liver stops processing anything else. It doesn't do your hormones. It doesn't get all the crappy foods you now just ate because you're drunk. Those kind of things. Now your diet may be good Monday through Friday, but now you're putting alcohol, terrible foods, processed foods, all of the things. Now it has to process through that and get you through the next week until you hit it again. So that's a little different than how we normally look at how we take in alcohol. I don't want to be processing through that all the time. So I'm like you, I drink very rarely, special occasions. Every once in a while, I'll have a drink, but it's a rarity because of what bacteria and how it hits the brain, the muscles, all that kind of stuff. I just work too hard to let that go throughout my body. It's not enjoyable to me. But I will tell you too, um, anyone who binge drinks regularly, any kind of drinking, you are going to have a weight loss problem. It's not going to be as easy for you as it is for someone else. So my suggestion would be to quit for 30 days and to see how your body actually processes food after you've quit.
Yeah, you said something that I describe it in more, simple terms because I'm just a simple guy. Um, and that is um, when you put alcohol in your body, your liver has this job. right? This is its job, multiple jobs. When you put alcohol in your body, it switches over to focus on this. Well,
Yep.
when it does that, it's focusing on, okay, we got to get rid of this. It's not doing this. And in our last video, we talked about, hey, you go into the gym for 45 minutes, it's going to be 45 minutes of stress free. It kind of gives you a reset. Well, this is negative. When your liver has this job, it's doing its job, it totally neglects its job
Right.
and moves over to focus on this. And now you kind of mentioned it in different ways, in the or in the stomach, the lining and all that. Now, when it goes back to its job, it's behind, right?
Exactly. Yes. It's got to catch up. And how many times do you want to put it through that?
Yeah, we call that overtime,
Yep.
you know. And so that's just kind of the way I explain it. Do I drink alcohol sometimes? Yes.
Sure.
Um, and, I do other things that I probably shouldn't eat. But the one thing I try to avoid at all costs is seed oils.
Yeah, me too.
So,
Me too.
yeah. Well, Nicole, how does everyone get a hold of you if they want to find out about your services or they just want to follow you? How do they get a hold of you?
You can reach me on Facebook, which is The Gut Girl. You can reach me on Instagram, which is The Gut Girl NV. You can reach me on TikTok, which is The Gut Girl. You can also just email me a question or book an appointment. It's thegutgirl1@gmail.com.
That's the number one.
Number one.
Okay. Thanks for being with us, Nicole.
Thanks for having me.